All right, let's take a look at an electronic unit pump. So we can see from the diagram right here where our unit pumps will be mounted. So they'll be installed on the engine, and there'll be a fuel gallery and a fuel return gallery. The fuel gallery is the upper gallery right here. So this upper gallery between the black and the purple O-rings are the fuel supply. So that is going to be transfer pressure, that normal, let's say 65 to 100 psi of transfer pressure is going to be existing right here. Now, between the purple and the green O-ring, in this little hole right here, is the fuel return gallery. This lower green O-ring is actually keeping the engine oil out of this area. Okay, so this green is actually a lubrication seal, and that is because this is a unit pump. And so the unit pump has a roller follower with a flat on the inside that's going to make contact with our plunger. That's spring returned. And so now as our lobes of our camshaft make contact with that pump, that roller is going to go up the cam, push against the plunger is going to build the pressure, and the fuel is going to be supplied here, trapped, and it's going to be delivered out this line right here. From this line, you are going to have your high pressure fuel line that delivers the fuel to the injector. So now this electronic unit pump is actually going to use a fairly simple injector, but it's going to have its electronic control, so the metering, the electronic metering is going to be happening, and the timing is all going to be happening through this solenoid right here. The outlet line of the electronic unit pump is going to get the metered amount of fuel. The fuel is going to be metered by the solenoid inside the poppet assembly, controlled by the ECM, and produced by the cam operating this plunger element, producing the pressurized fuel from our transfers, sending that out under high pressure out this outlet line. And we can see from this diagram, figure 30 in your 204 module, that fuel line is going to come out right here, and it's going to go into the simple injector in the top of the head. Because this is an electronic unit pump, we'll actually see the connectors right there to the ECM. The ECM's driver solenoid control is going to actually come into here, and this is a solenoid operated metering. And so what that means is the time on versus time off is going to be the measure or the control mechanism used for the amount of fuel that's being delivered. The pumping itself, the actual building of pressure, is not done by the ECM. It's actually done by the cam operating against the roller pushing the plunger producing the pressure, and the pressure wanting to leave out this outlet line. Now, this is the outlet of the pump, but that doesn't get any fuel unless this solenoid says to deliver the fuel. If there's no fuel being delivered, then what's simply happening is that the fuel is coming in this port from our fuel delivery rail and then coming back out that port. It's simply going in and out, in and out, in and out. It's actually the solenoid closing that when the fuel comes in and the pump wants to operate, the solenoid says, stop, you cannot leave this port again, and now the only place for that fuel to go is out the outlet port.